Weirdos, my name is Felicia and I like scary movies, and today we are doing another Patreon requested review. So first of all, thank you to Darling Darkness, also known as Bia? B? I've been wondering this for a very long time. Could you please let me know in the comments? That would make me feel great. But thank you so much for recommending the movie Severance. I had never seen this one before, and I don't think I'd ever heard of it before, but let's go ahead and get into it. So Severance is sort of like a workplace comedy meets slasher film. It came out in 2006. It's a British / German film, but feels mostly British. And it's co-written and directed by Christopher Smith. Okay, so this movie is labeled as a horror comedy. It definitely is more of that like British dry humor situation going on. It basically is about a group of co-workers that work for a company called, I forgot, Palisade Defense Military Arms Corporation. So the team from this company is going on a retreat, you know, for some bonding, just some icebreakers, maybe some light sports, mostly bonding, I guess. I don't know. But they basically show up and things immediately are not going to plan. First of all, they are supposed to show up to sort of a luxurious lodge in the woods, and they end up at a very slasher style rundown cabin. By the way, they're vacationing in the woods of Hungary, and they have some sort of Hungarian bus driver being sort of the gas station warning man of classic slashers, being like, we're not going in there, I won't go any farther, blah, blah, blah. So all these red flags, right? So there's always red flags that things are not gonna go according to plan for this group of people. And of course, once they get all settled in, they start getting hunted down one by one by a mysterious group of assassins. Now, I will say, I know that there was comedy in this movie. It is not necessarily my style of comedy, so I don't feel as though I was laughing out loud at this movie. I feel like I watched it mostly as a normal slasher with like some strange character choices. I don't know. It's not my favorite thing I've ever watched. I'll say that. It's not terrible. It's on Tubi for free, and there are definitely enjoyable moments in it, and there are some very fun, colorful kills in it. But for me, I just didn't feel very invested in any of the characters, and so I wasn't really concerned about when they died. Which I know some might say, for a horror comedy, does that matter? And I will say, yes, it does matter. Watch Tucker and Dale versus Evil, where you care so much about Tucker and Dale that you just want the best for them, even though it's supposed to be this like silly horror comedy. What are we talking about? Severance. I'll go ahead and tell you my favorite scene, because I wish the movie had gone more in this direction than it did. It mostly is just sort of a more straight up slasher film. But one moment I really liked was there's this character named Gordon who finds just a pie on like the doorstep or something and thinks it's the perfect thing to cook up and feed everyone. So he cooks it and he serves it up as though everyone thinks he made it, and someone finds a literal tooth in their slice of pie, and he's like, oh, I just found it on the doorstep, I thought it was to be nice, I don't know, I cooked it for an hour, I don't know. I'm sorry, that was probably not the greatest British accent. And so there's moments like that I actually did find quite funny, and I wish there was more fun and games like that, like the pie moment between the killers and the victims. But really most of what you get is just straight up killing. Something very dark I found while doing some research on this movie is that there is a copycat killer associated with this film. The info I'm getting off this is off Daily Mail, so take that how you will. But the headline for the article I found, if the ads will stop popping up, guilty, the gang that doused a teenager with petrol and burned him alive because he fell in love with the wrong girl. So this is a sad story, so if you don't like true crime, maybe skip this part of the video. But this 17-year-old in the UK named Simon Everett was kidnapped by these two older guys. I don't know, they were all seeing the same girl, and there was a lot of jealousy, I don't know. But they basically tied Simon to a tree, doused him in petrol, and burned him alive. And they said they got the idea from watching the scene in Severance where they tie a woman to a tree, douse her, and then shoot a flamethrower at her. But yeah, so basically Jimmy Lee Stewart and Jonathan Clark, the two assholes that did this, they were convicted of murder, as well as they had an accomplice named Maria Chandler, who apparently drove them to and from the scene. I don't know. But they were convicted and sent to jail, thank God. But that's a really big bummer, and it really sucks when people do things like that that would put a negative view on a movie that was just meant to be like innocent fun. But some people are just assholes and do that, so at least they're in jail now. But overall, I guess I enjoyed parts of the movie. I think overall I probably wouldn't watch it again, mostly just because it's not my style of humor. If I'm gonna watch a horror comedy, I want to be laughing out loud, and mostly I was just doing these. Which is sort of the not that funny laugh. But maybe you'll like it. If you like dry humor and you like slashers, this movie is probably perfect for you, and I would recommend it for that reason. It is streaming on Tubi for free right now and probably other places, but I'll link the Tubi link down below in case you want to check it out. But that's it. If you guys want to request reviews and become a patron, that's all linked down in my description. Also, we got stuff to make gin and tonics at home, which is like my go-to drink at the bar. And it is amazing. This is better than the gin and tonics I've had at a bar. I am amazed by this. If you want to see how to make it, also that's in my Patreon vlog. Or it's not up yet, but it'll be up soon after this video. Listen to that. Is that ASMR? I don't know. If you are going to come to Horror Movie Club this week, Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're talking about Dead Ringers, so come join us then. But that's it. That's it, people. Let me know how you're all doing down below, and have a nice scream. Bye.